Welcome to Rita's Reality. Today's video and photos are from October 2024, and we're making candy corn fall decorations from decorative wire mesh, orange, yellow, and white. So hope you enjoy this craft day. All right, I'm working on a craft project today to make candy corn trees or candy corn displays. And the thought process is to use 3 dowels of some sort. To use decorative mesh, and I found this mesh at the Goodwill store. They were $1 a roll, and they are 6 inches by 5 yards. And we have 3 about 24-inch dowels there, and we're going to go cut 3 more. So I come down to the woodworking shop and ask my husband Daryl if he has any extra dowel rods, because I found those 3 earlier, and we have a few dowel rods here. So let's take some. I'll give you these. Here's some. These are longer. These look shorter, but these have these.
Those are on table legs, yeah.
So we're not going to use a table leg, but we'll see how long these are. It doesn't matter about the diameter of them because they're going to be covered up. So we said those were about 24 inches out there, the test ones.
Yeah, the ones I measured out there, they're 24 inches. So these 3 look like they're the same diameter, so they would match up better. And yeah, they're all longer than 24 inches. So
those are the 3 winners.
Them 3.
So he's going to mark his 24 inches, and he's going to cut the ends to where those stickers are on there. They're not going to be part of it. So he's not going to mark them. He's going to measure it on his.
Well, I marked 1.
Oh, you marked 1.
It's 24 inches. So I can just take them over here on the chop saw. Just hold the ends together like that. This is the. See,
Yep, they're even.
And just chop all 3 of them at one time.
So a few more scraps there, and
hang on to them, might make something.
3 legs. Yep, they might be good for something down the road. So now time to try to assemble them. Okay, Daryl inquired, shouldn't there be a base to go at the bottom to adhere the dowel rods to? So he found a bucket. It measured to be 12 inches in diameter. You want to show us again, just to confirm that it's 12 inches in diameter crossway. So 12 inches across. He found 2 pieces of scrap wood or something or other.
Like 1/4-inch plywood.
1/4-inch plywood, it says. So you're going to draw a circle and then screw it from the bottom up into the ends of the rod. Oh, we're going to use a nailer.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably put some felt or something on the bottom to keep it from scratching the floor. And what are you going to use to cut the
bandsaw?
Bandsaw. And circle number 2. All right, time for the bandsaw. So we got a circle.
We made a wheel.
Made a wheel. And he used his 14-inch wood cutting bandsaw. So time to cut the second one. And I'll be cleaning that one off. So the edges are a little bit rough, even though I'm going to probably put some felt or something around them, but we're going to take them over to, oh, I thought you were going to use that sander over there, but sandpaper's fine too.
You know, I could. Let's go over there.
Do you need an extension cord?
Let's use this one.
Okay, so we have the top taped together so that we can get to determine how to cut our angle, I'm guessing. So what's the deal here?
Well, I'm putting this on the outside of the circle.
Flush with the outside of the circle.
Yep. And then we'll just take a pencil. I can get my pencil to right. It's got a bad lead. Okay.
And that's our angle.
See, there's our angle.
Chances are to be the same angle for all.
It should be.
Or pretty darn close for all of them. And then you call this your chop saw.
Yeah.
And you're going to set your angle to meet your line. There's not a laser or anything, is it?
There is, but it doesn't work. I don't think it's working. Yeah, it's real faint. You just
Oh, I can
see it.
barely see that red line, but it's there.
Yep. What I'm doing, I'm lining up the pencil mark with this groove, with this plastic slot. Which is kind of like that. See?
Okay.
And I'm just going to cut off as little as I can.
That looks good.
Now, we can take our tape back off.
Because we need them to be all the same length.
Well, I need them out of the way when I cut the other two.
And it doesn't matter which side you cut it on.
There's a laser, you can see it there.
Yeah, much better.
It finally woke up.
So we got the other 3 legs, and we're going to go ahead and cut them while we're at the chop saw. The next step was to try to determine where to position these so that they were spaced relatively evenly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 12-inch circle diameter.
Yeah. All we did was we kept maneuvering these either closer or further away from each other, and you can see it's 9.5 inches center to center. And this one should be the same. See, 9.5. And then upside down, 9.5.
Should we mark that real quick?
Yes.
Where's your pencil? So marking the side so that we can get them as close as possible to the 9.5.
Yeah.
So we're air nailing it into the base to the post just for stability. And he drew a line so that he know kind of where the center was to drive his air nail.
And hold that. Have too much pressure, too much force, so it's driving the nail almost through the plywood.
And that didn't drive it far enough.
Yeah, I turned it down too much. But we can take a
That's not stout enough. All right, improvise.
Yeah, not the very best job on that one. Anyway.
Leg number 2. You gonna mark the middle?
I can think.
Other side.
Yep.
9.5.
Yep. I think I turned that back up. I'll put it right there. Yeah, that one done better. A little better anyway.
Whoops, I didn't see that, but that's okay. So it's relatively sturdier.
Mm-hmm. And we put a cable tie around that.
Yeah, cable tie would be fine. It's gonna take two cable ties, I do believe, to
Probably. We'll try this and see. Yeah, it's not going to grab enough.
So how do you make two cable ties into one?
Just put two together like that. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to use a black t-shirt to wrap the bottom and just bring it into the middle, and we're going to use a staple gun to put it in. So I've already started cutting the fabric, the t-shirt apart, and I'm not using my fabric scissors because I didn't realize I was going to be doing fabric in the beginning, but these are doing okay. They're the ones we use in the kitchen to cut paper and tags off of items. So I'm just simply going to place it in the center. Can you see that? place it in the center, and then I'm just going to bring my edges up and then cut off the excess. And let's see. I don't think I want, because I'm going to have orange down there at the bottom, but I'm guessing that the black won't show that badly. And just bring up all my edges around, and then turn on my staple gun. Let's see. Try one in the middle where it's not that big of a deal. Pull it all taut. Went in on this side. Nothing on this side, so that part was good. So let's just put a few staples around here. Nothing. Did we run out of staples?
No, the little foot has to be
perfectly
straight and on something, the surface. Safety thing. There's another walnut block.
We got plenty of walnuts, that's for sure. And one, whoops, that one didn't work. Well, gotta find a way to set it flush. There. So, all of it stapled on there. None of them came through. And just position it a bit. Bulky for some reason, so I needed to cut the sleeves off. And I cut it down the middle so that there's a place for it to go around. And it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close. So let's gather all this up and staple. Hold this over. Staple. And I'm not level. Somewhat level there. Let's cut off this excess. And staple this down, that down, pull that up. Be level, Rita. Be level.
You got the front end tip this way. There you go. You're holding it too far up. Just let it relax on the back.
Did it. Nothing came through. It's finished on both of them. So now, time to start wrapping. So the plan is to loop this around the first leg all the way around the back, staple in through the back sides. So let's give that a try. It's not real tight yet, so lay it down. Nope, that didn't work.
What did it do?
It didn't go all the way in.
Like that. That went in.
It went in. Do it down at the bottom.
Not working?
Not laying flat, apparently. Okay.
All right.
So then I'll just start looping it around, loosely looping it around.
You need to go around the bottom like that.
I hadn't thought about it.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to go ahead and put a staple in here to help hold that in place. Or maybe I won't. Yeah, I could see it. Part of it went in, part of it didn't. Much better. So keep spinning it around. And this mesh is very testy with itself. It sticks to itself very easy. So let's try putting in a couple more just to get this to stay. And then just keep going around. And I'm only going to go about 1/3 of the way up because that's how candy corn goes. If I hadn't tested with it earlier, it wouldn't be so contrary. My yellow is flying away, and I'll be needing it in a moment. I may just go ahead and put all of this orange around it. No. All right, so I decided to go ahead and put all the orange around this. And I got to get the staple out of the tube, or I can just cut it off. Cut the end off. That would be quicker. And then tuck that in to there a bit. And I don't want to staple it yet to the base anywhere because I've got to put a light inside of it. And the light will sit at the bottom, and then I'll still need to turn it off and on. So I'll have to be kind of iffy as to where I put that. So I could strategically glue it in places, but I'm not ready to do that yet. So it's kind of covered at the bottom. I can always adjust it. Now time to put the yellow on. And let's staple this on. Okay. So I went under it just a bit to kind of make sure that it stays, and then I will be on the outside more. And let's just wrap a few more times here up the hole. Maybe I should pull a little bit tighter. The tighter I pull it, yeah, I think you're right. The bottom, it's okay. Just pull a little tighter. Now it's looking more like a candy cane, isn't it? Just wait till the white gets on it. It's really going to look nicer. All right, so we'll just let that be that one. And need to figure out how to tuck it in somewhere to keep it in place. Tuck it in back here at the back. Okay. Adjust that a little bit. I can always adjust more later. So now I need to get the white. And staple it on. I'm just going to staple it. Well, I don't know how much I can wrap it and staple. We'll see. I'm going to staple for sure right there. Whoops, didn't think I've wasted more staples than I've been successful with. That one stayed. So let's start wrapping the top, and we'll be pretty tight with that to get all the way above the tip. Come back down a bit. Make it pretty white. Hide as much of the post as we can. By pulling it tighter, it seems to be hiding some of the post a bit more. And the tie that we used. And we can end up tucking all that in. at the top. Does it look a little bit better?
It looks like a fall decoration.
A fall decoration. Let's give that a try. Cut that off. And I could glue it. I could staple it. Let's try stapling at the top here. Tuck this in. I don't know if it'll stick to anything. If there's... Yep, that one's stuck. I don't see where there's a staple. Yeah, it must be out. But it's stuck there. That staple stayed. Refill the staples. Do one more. Okay. Let me see what it looks like from the other side. It looks like a fall decoration. The white looks a little bit tight, but it needed to be. The orange and the yellow looked loose, so I undid the orange, tightened it up a bit more, and now I've tried to tighten up the yellow a bit more. But the problem with tightening it is that it's all the same width, so as you go up, it doesn't want to tighten. It wants to be the same. It wants to be the same. Looking more like a candy corn. And I guess it depends on which side you look at it from too, because it's kind of bunchy back here in the back. But pull that down a bit here.
It looks better from this side.
Okay, and then there's room for putting a light under back here. So I think that first one's done. Who knows if I can make the second one look similar. So stay tuned and you'll see the finished result. Okay, so both candy corn decorations have been completed. This was the first one. It doesn't look as good as this one, which typically the second one always looks better, but they're very nice, I think, in general for decorating. And then all I got to do now is add one of the lights underneath it so that it can shine up through it, and I'll do that when I get back in the house. So let's go see what that looks like. Okay, I moved the candy corn outside with the lights on it, and we'll see how that goes for the night. But I like them. I think they look great. Thanks for taking a part of your day to craft with me. If you enjoyed this episode of Rita's Reality, please like, subscribe, and check out the other videos and make a comment. God bless, be kind, and remember, it is never wrong to do right and never right to do wrong.